Alright, let's start. Whoop, wrong screen. Welcome. I hope everyone's going well tonight. Okay, gonna move that light in. I'm just gonna need an up there hair, or what's left of it. Alright. Jumping into it. Tonight we're doing unit testing. So I need to pull. I'm gonna close all tabs. I'm gonna do a git pull. Because yeah, I thought I've done a couple of changes on the weekend. I'm going to minimize everything. And just before we do, I'm just, making sure this. So I'm just making sure these are all up to date. Alright, cool. Alright, we're going through this and we're going to hit a couple of quick and easy ones. So we've got the notes view, the public views, and the Kanban column views, and the user static views, and so forth like that. I think there's the also Kanban level views too, so we can try and hit a couple of these and make sure everything's working. All right, let's get into it. So we're having a look at the note views at the moment, and we're not hitting the note views at all. I reckon we could easily get like 95% with this. We won't be able to get the failed forms or anything like that, but we need to fix this up. But when I was doing stuff on the weekend, I noticed that I'm missing how that permission sort of works properly. So having a look at it, if we go to our views and we've got the notes view, we don't have any data coming through for that particular note. Let's actually boot up this at the moment. Don't know why it opened up that one. And let's go to localhost. There's something not running. Oh, it hit that breakpoint. Oh, that's why. I added a random breakpoint. Why? I don't know. There it goes. If we actually go to admin, know what's happening. Like so, what do we want? Notes. Oh, okay. I don't have notes in there. So what we need to do, admin. We just need notes. Object note. All right. And then down here, admin site register object note. Sweet. All right, cool. Wait a few seconds. Object notes. So we've got a bunch of notes in here, and as you see, it's assigned to a particular thing and so forth like that. With the permissions, so the problem I'm having is, ooh. Did I not pull? I did. Sorry, give me a couple of seconds. I am very certain, because I did this on my laptop, git status. Did I delete everything? I think I did. Okay, sorry. I did work on my laptop and it looks like I must have deleted it. Okay. Sorry. Alright. So. See if I can actually draw what I can do. So what's actually happening is the user will delete note. And that's sending the node ID in form data. However, when we get to the permissions, I don't have access to that. So what I've got to do is I've got to figure out a way to do it. Now, in here, we've got our decorators, we've got the check user permissions, we've got the check partials. And we can essentially use one of these to determine if, we can modify one of those to actually get the business logic. So the business logic, all right. One, default, no permission. That's stock standard sort of stuff. The next sort of thing is if user created note or if user is admin. And that's the business logic. We don't need to do any math in this particular case, so it's slightly different. What will actually happen is if the user did create the note, it'll just give them a stock standard 4. Now, what we could potentially do is we could just go is admin in here, go through, if it checks past that, it'll be fine, and then goes in here and does its own sort of thing. We could add the permissions in here, but I'd rather them to be in a centralized location and move all the permissions up into these partials and so forth like that. Now, the one problem is we don't have that that node ID, and that's something we could implement today, and we could implement it onto the URL, and that way I've just got access to it, and I'm like, cool, sweet. Very similar to if we actually go to object permissions, very similar to the generic, not the generic, sorry, the specific permission, where we look at the object itself. And now by default, we'll have that as 1. Socks. Give me cuddles. Yes. So we'll go through, and it passes through the args and quags. We can get the data through the request. We can look at the form data and do all that sort of stuff through the request, but I feel like we're probably going to need the quags. So yeah, let's actually implement the quags. Okay, so that being requests, we're going to have a note ID. Sorry, it will still be requests. We'll have note ID in there. Instead of sending it through the delete form nowadays, because we won't need the form. And the thing is, we can also do a quiet delete. Yeah, and then return a success result. All right, so. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna have this object note ID. Cool, perfect, like that. I'm not worried about checking against the user or anything like that here. That's, if it passes the permissions up here, it's gonna mean we don't need to do anything here. As for the form, we won't need the form anymore. And that's something we should remove from the source code, because I don't believe it's getting used anywhere else. So I'm just going to undo that. And I'm going to go delete note form. So we're not using it anywhere else. So I'm just going to delete it. All right. And that's fine. So then we delete this. And we delete this. All right. The edit form we will still need. The reason being is it's got extra data. In this sort of case, we're only passing a object node ID through. We need to update the URL. So we'll go to the URLs. And we'll delete object note. Delete note. All right. So we've got note, delete, int, note ID. Like so. And that's how it'll work. So what we need to find is note, delete. And we need to find that in the, if we go with the directory, we want to find anything that calls it. And there we go. So what we need, so we've got the note ID here. Like so, and we'll key it in like that. Data to send doesn't exist anymore. So we can actually delete that. Okay, cool. And that will work exactly the same. So we only delete it when it's successful. All right. Cool, so we go back here. We're going to close this. We're going to close this. We're going to close, I should do npm run prod. And thank you very much, Peter Yosh, for the follow. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. All right, that is compiled. We're going to, object permissions, we're going to stay in here because we need to add an object note in here. So I'm just going to go object note. And then object note permissions. Now this isn't going to work for the moment. We're just setting it up so it will work. So from partials dot object note permissions import object note permissions. All right. So that's not going to work. But what we want to do is I'm going to copy project permissions. And I'm just going to paste it in, and it's just going to be called object note permissions. All right, cool. I'm going to add that in to Git, and I am going to change this like so. And we're gonna check stuff out. So straight off the bat, I don't think we don't need that. So checks the user's permissions for any permission. checks the user's permission to determine if they have permission to delete this note. Currently, only note owner and admin can delete the note. All right, sweet. So what we need is now quags. Oh, that's fine. We won't be doing that. Because what we need is we need the note ID. So I'm just going to have object note ID equals quags object note ID. We are just going to delete everything at the moment. And we're just going to return that. Actually, just wait. I better make... Alright. So that's it for the moment. I'm going to put a breakpoint there. We have edited, we have compiled the production stuff, and then what I want to do, notes, I want to go at, ooh, I've got to import it. So from NearBeach.decorators.check user permissions .object permissions import check specific object permissions. So what we want is check specific object permissions. Min permission level is going to be a 1, and the object lookup is object note. And there we go. And that should do stuff for us. So if we go back into localhost, let's go into a project. Ooh, I want to log out, and I want to do this as a team leader. All right. Actually, no, not requirement. Let's go project. There we go. We cached something that wasn't built correctly. Happens all the time. We're going to go into our notes. We're going to add in a simple note. Hello world. We're just going to delete the note. Yes. We hit this breakpoint. So the length of quags. If we have a look at quags up here, it's got note ID 22. Now we should go back to the URLs because we've realized that should be object note ID. So I'm going to stop and rerun because yeah, I'm being consistent with the naming, because it hurts you later on when if you're not consistent. So quags. Object note ID is 22. All right. So what we've got is the node ID. What we want is object results equals object note dot objects dot filter. Now I'm just having a remember with the object permissions. If we go down to the object permissions, the admin is done outside of it. It's done before anything is looked up. All right, cool. Oh, and we don't. All right, so what we want is object note ID Could have just nicked that. This wants it like this. That's fine. Then it's not the change user. No, it will be the change user. It should be that. And then it is as simple as return true and length of object results. And that will be false and 0. All right. Ugh, don't know why it's doing that for me. Return true and 0. Oh, it's meant to be like that. All right, cool. It's a very simple sort of formula. I think something's broken. Yeah, something broke. All right, let's have a look. All right. Request.user. All right, it's just that. All right. Refresh. Delete note. Yes. All right, so we got an object result of 1. This goes through here. So it's true, and it meets that level. Cool. Yep, that's it. That's all we needed. If it doesn't pass this test here, it's going to fail, which is returns false and 0, and the other stuff will handle it perfectly fine. All right, so that's that permission. So now we can run unit tests against this. But first, what I want to do is I'm going to stop everything. I'm going to remove database. I'm going to use, all right, source, VM bin activate, Python 3 manage migrate. And that will migrate all the changes in and so forth like that. Python 3 manage load data. And we're going to load up one of our fixtures. So we're going to edit data in our fixture, essentially. So we'll load up the data, we'll test out what we're going to be doing. So when we write down the tests, the fixture will be in its correct sort of state and all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, NearBeach fixtures, basic. All right, so that should all be done. An issue occurred trying to connect to the S3 bucket. Please could not connect to the endpoint localhost. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. We're ignoring that. All right, let's go to localhost. We'll sign in as admin. Isn't that right, Socks? She say yes. All right, so I think project 1 has a note on it. No, it doesn't. Okay. Project note 1 will be deleted by unit testing. It will fail when a unprivileged user will try and delete it. All right, cool. So I'm just going to refresh. I'm just going to type a note. Reason being is I want that note ID. So object note ID 2. All right, cool. Another thing which I want to do, I'm actually going to log in as the team leader. I'm going to go project 2. Team leader note will pass. All right, and then if we double check this once again, we go to the network. Pull this up. We've got the node ID 3. Okay. Sorry, my cat Socks wants attention. I don't know if you guys can hear that licking of her tongue at all, but it's cute. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in 2 tests, a couple of tests actually. So one test will make sure that the team leader can't delete the admin one. Another one will make sure that the team leader can delete the current one that it can delete. Yeah. Can I have my arm now? Socks. Thank you. All right, so going to tests. We've got the test views. And we're going to type in tests, note. And then inside here, we're going to add in a init.py file, so that tells the folder, hey, this is a Python thing. And what we want to do is we're going to copy this and we're going to paste it in. And it's going to be test note. And we're adding it to Git. We're going to close all tabs at the moment. All right, cool. So we're going to log in as team leader. We're going to test. That's just the usual thing. The login data will be the same test. And this is where we're going to put in note. We've got the fixtures. It lines up. Yep. All right, cool. So def test. Test note delete. Fail. All right. The following test will try and delete a note they don't have access to. It should fail. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete those lines because a lot of this is the same. We can actually delete quite a lot of this. There we go. All right, so what we've got is delete note arguments. This is object note ID. Actually, I think it's just a 1. We just got a key and a 1. And this will be a 403. Cool. And what we can do is we can just copy this, paste it in like so. Succeed. The following test will try and delete a note they have access to. It should pass. We had a 2 for this one, and we'll have a 3 for this one, and we'll have a 200 code, and then the rest of this is done. All right, so one thing we need to do is we need to, sorry, Sox's head is in the way. We need to Python 3 manage dump data, indent is 2, format is JSON, and then what we want to do is place it in the fixtures under the basic setup. So that's done. What we want to then do, Python 3 manage test. So we got ran 10 tests and failed right away. Oh, failed installing fixture. All right, one way to look at this. Let's minimize this. Let's go to our fixtures themselves. An error has occurred. The S3 bucket, please see the I still can't see the bottom of the thing. All right, so that error must be what our new test. All right, something expected, an argument user level. So if we actually go to the views themselves, so views, note views, you'll notice we don't have quarks or args. Yeah, we need to put them in. And it could be just as simple as that. And we run the test again. And it passes. And we're happy. Yay. So we've got to do a similar thing with the edit note now. So that's something we can quickly do. Now, in the future, we might make this permission more complicated, but at the moment, we're keeping it simple as possible. Cool. So, we're going to yank this. We're going to paste it down here. We're also going to add on object note ID and then args and quargs. Cool. We're going to go to the URLs. We have note update. Update note. Yep. All right. Cool. We got it here. So we want an int object note ID. We do something like that. We're happy with that now. And then what we wanted to find is note update. And what we need to do is we need to find that in the source directory. There we go. We've got this. So we won't need data to send anymore. What we need is we'll need this.note ID. Actually, no, we still need data to send. Because the data to send will have other bits of information in there, which we kind of need. As for the note view, I mean, that still works. All right. So that should also work perfectly fine. Just trying to think, because we've just done the permissions, we sent it through. All of that should be fine. So if a user edits the note, one thing I do need to do, need to build it into production. Just waiting for a bit. All right, sweet. Gonna hit refresh. Notes, edit note, hello world, update note. It's gone into here. I forgot to remove that breakpoint. Ooh. Yeah, I thought that was a bit weird. There we go. There we go. That updated successfully. We'll hit refresh. We see hello world. All right, sweet. So now we just need to do the passing and fail of that, and which is pretty easy to do. We just go into our test note. Essentially, what we're sending is a similar thing. So if I just paste this in, test note update fail. All right. It's the args, and then we've got form or data equals. We've got the object note ID is going to be 2, and this is where I look at the object note. Hello world. All right. It's going to be as simple as that. Now, this is going to look really messy, so I'm going to break it down like that. And then everything should work perfectly fine. And then what we want to do is we're going to do the same thing with this. Going to copy, going to do a new thing. We're just going to paste it through. We're going to update success. We're going to go, all right, cool. The reverse. That works really well. And then we've got data equals, and then we've got the object note ID is going to be a 3, and the object note is going to be, once again, just hello world. As simple as that. And then hopefully when we do the test, it just runs. We shouldn't need any more tests outside of this at the moment, because we're actually making sure the permissions work, and through that we're making sure that the functions work themselves. So we're hitting 2 birds with 1 stone with this particular one, and we're happy. As you see, it runs perfectly fine. The best news is that will increase our code coverage, so it should hit all of this. And if we go into public views, we don't have create public link. We don't have delete public link. Now we've got destination location ID there. That's going to be a very simple thing to actually set up. That's internal function. Get public context, that's internal function, internal function. Those should be hit as we essentially do this. Get public link. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a public link. Doesn't matter where we set it up. So I'm going to set it up against project 2. I'm going to go MISC. I'm going to go public link. And here's our public link. This is our test. This is going to be for one of our tests. And what we could do is we can also do one on here too. So MISC, create public link. All right, we're all happy. What we're also going to do is we're going to dump data again. We're going to go into here. We're going to delete that. And we're happy. Don't know why that's doing that here. I think I have a bookmark. No, I don't. Don't worry. Don't worry about us. I thought I bookmarked something, but I don't. I didn't. All right, so we've got 2 things we can test against. So going through all of this. So we've got check public destination. And we don't actually have any other things for this particular one. So if we go public destination, I'm just going to close all tabs. I'm going to minimize everything. I'm going to open up this. I'm going to open up NearBeach. I'm going to open up the decorators. I'm going to open up the check public destination. Does a quick check to make sure the destination variable is inside an object array. If not, it will return to the user's login page. Use this for any public facing links. All right. Easy done. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to open up our views. We want to open up our public views. Now notice that we're not using this. All right, so scrolling down, create public link, destination and location IDs. So this will be a, I'm fat fingering tonight like there's no tomorrow. From nearbeach.decorators.checkuserpermissions.object permissions import check specific object permissions. So we're using this particular one because we've got the destination and location ID. So check specific object permissions. So the min permission level will be a 2, so they can edit stuff. So that was a very easy change we can add in. This will be the same. So at check specific things. And now that's a 2 because this is essentially a sub-object. So if they can edit the parent, they, oh no. Check check user generic permissions. Sorry, I made a mistake. Check user generic permissions. All right, delete public, internal function, internal function, internal function, internal function, internal function, internal function, internal function. All right, this is the get public links. We just need to check the destination, and there's no, this is the public. Well, maybe get public links. I think it's just a list all. We do want a permission there. And then public link, that's the public link, yeah. And then update public link. That's definitely a 2. Sorry, I've just lost where I was. All right, internal function, internal function, internal function, internal function. Yep. All right, sweet. Get public links. All right, cool. So that's a read only. Public link. That's for everyone to access. Check user grant permissions. Update public link. That's a 2. All right, cool, sweet. So we just added permissions to this one. Let's actually add the tests in. And we don't actually have a specific folder for it. So what we want is tests public. Once again, we need the init.py file. And it's going to be called test public view.py. I should have just copied one of these. Oh, we'll just paste it in. All right, test public view. All right, so we're happy with that. We're happy with that. So this is public view tests. So we've got the basic fixtures. We've got the setup. We've got the... All right, sweet. We can now start doing stuff. That can be deleted. Okay, so what we want to test in here. So we want class, def test. Test public links work. Public links are open to public. So with this one, we won't log in. Ooh, that might mean... All right. Test public views no login .py. We'll actually piss off. Sorry, I did not click anywhere near that to actually for that to do that. All right, we won't need that. We won't need the login. Public view, no login tests. All right, fixtures. Yep, we won't need the setup at all. We'll need this. We'll essentially delete a lot of this. Use get. There won't be any form data or anything like that. So we've got two test project one, test project 2. Self client get, and then what we've got here is public, and we'll double check that in the URLs. So we've got the destination ID, a location ID, and UUID. So in here, we'll have project 1, and then the UUID. If I go into the back office, I'm going to refresh. I don't... public links. Yep, there we go. Do something like that. Or I can just copy that, paste it in. Yep, and then make sure that's perfect. Soxy tail's in the way. And then all we need to do is just copy that. Do the same thing for this. Paste it in. All right. That should work. As for this one, yeah, I've got to get rid of a lot of that. All right. Okay, def. Let's have a look at the public views. Let's just do that. Let's do that. Let's scroll all the way up to the top. In fact, screw that. Let's just put that there. Let's put that there. Let's close that. Let's open up this. So create a public link. So we've got destination, location, ID. It looks like we don't have any form data or anything like that. So create public ID. Against. All right. Now, how did I word this one? That's the public views. That's in it. It's another one. Create public link. Fail. Self. All right. Cool. We are creating a public link. Against a object we do not have access to. Okay. Sorry, I am just bringing up something I just did just before. So yeah, it should be just like this. Okay, I'm just going to paste that in. I'm going to do create note. Going to have to double check against the URLs. Ah, cool. Create public link. So the args themselves will be destination, location, ID. So we'll go project and we'll do a 1. So the user does not have access to that whatsoever. And then it's pretty much the same thing. Def create public link pass. All right, the same sort of thing. We are creating a public link against an object we have access to. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. Oh my god. This is just... Alright. the hell is going on here? My God. All right, we have access to project 2. Cool. I don't know why that was tabbed in wrong. Okay. Let's run all the tests. All right, we've got a fail. Reverse for public, not found. Public is, all right. Looks like this isn't found. So what we want to do, public link. It's called public link. So we just key those in very quickly. Now in reality, we could have put that data into a array. We've done that before. However, I haven't done it in this sort of case because it's just 2 of them. We could have also done that for the other ones too, but... All right, so it doesn't like that. We need to restructure these without the hyphens. All right. Oh. I haven't dumped data. Need to fix up that fixture thing. I don't know why that issue's popping up in there. Go to project first. Should be project location ID. Yeah. Do we need to specify? I don't know if that will work. But what I'll do is I'll comment out that one. What's the matter, sweetie? Yeah, I know. No. Thank you, Socks. All right, reverse match. Reverse for public link with arguments, destination, location, popularity. not found. I don't like this. Don't like this at all. And hey, how are you, Ashid? Good morning. Yes, good morning. Except evening here. Working from the office and having you on the background. Is that okay? Yep, perfectly fine. I do enjoy my lurkers, so welcome, welcome. As we struggle with this pattern recognition. So I am going to Google Django unit GUID UUID. All right, that's mocking it. That's Django for UUID. Okay, test example, patch. All right, not what I wanted. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of these. And still getting an E. And hey, the Bob that I know, how are you? Good evening. Yes, welcome, welcome. We are struggling with a test at the moment. Essentially, we've got destination, location ID, and public link. Yeah. This is just not wanting to do what we want it to do. Be careful, socks. And how much I don't like you touching my mouse. So we've got the arguments, we've got the destination, location ID, and the UUID. And it's just not wanting to find that particular test. So it's erroring out. See, and no matter what we do, it's like, oh, we can't find it. So, yeah. But the thing is, it's there because we created it. And if we go into, let's just copy some of this. Let's copy. Let's try and find it. What was it? 3D 734. Maybe not, even though we asked it to be in here. Alright, that's weird. Because we got it in here. Alright. Testing S3 bucket connection. No. But that error did pop up whenever creating this. But, alright. Looks like this is a bit more than I think at the moment. I think I've accidentally screwed these up. So, let's fix this up. Type error, public. Get links. Get public links got an unexpected keyword argument. User level. Ah. Alright, I've done something silly. So, what I need to do is I need to go to the views. I need to go to the public views. And then what I need to do is on any external functionality, I need to go args and quargs. And this is probably what's causing the issue. All right. Okay, so that one's got that, that's got that, that's got that. And then we just paste those in very, very quickly. We should hit refresh. And, ooh. Alright, I think that was just a glitch. So if we go to MISC, we've got this now. If we paste it in, we'll go here, and that should happen no matter who you log in as. So that should work. And I'm just wondering. Now what's happening? Problem installing fixture.
You have to get up to your line first.
Alright, tell you what. Let's rebuild the fixture. Then we have that error pop up. We just ignore it by deleting it. So it's found the 57 tests. It's all working now. We get that E. We're still getting this. All right. We're going to 3D73. It's there. We're going to copy this. We're going to paste it in. We're going to save. It's going to wait a little while. We're going to do this again. Hope for the best. As for testing S3 bucket connection, at the moment we are testing, we're just creating unit tests. And for this particular one, it's for the public links. And I don't know why it's not wanting to reverse the public link. Considering this isn't in order either. We've put it in, so project ID 1, and then the UID. And it just hasn't done this correctly. Okay, no reverse match. Okay, Django, no reverse match, unit test, UID, GUID. Any UID adapts, sorry. The problem is not adding UUID. The problem is that you're doing reverse twice. Once in get to okay. It's not what I wanted. That's missing all of my other stuff. It's missing all my other stuff. Yeah, this is weird. Okay, so let's have a look. Django reverse URL GUID. Okay. Yeah, we've got something like that. We could do Yeah. All right. I'm just going to play around with this. That should be down there. And then we have location ID. It's going to be a 1. And then the... Ooh, this would be the public link. Public link ID. We're just going to copy this. I don't think this will work. But it's worth a shot. Yeah, the E's at the end. Yeah, all right. Okay. All right, that's what we needed to do. We just needed to change it from args to quags. Don't know why exactly, but hey, it's working now. So we need to do the similar thing for this one down here. It just involves us going like this, changing this to quags equals, and then we've just got the whole destination, location, ID, and then the public link ID. And we need to put that onto that, like that. All right, so, yeah, cheers, thank you very much. Just us playing around with it. Also, we can make this look a lot nicer by doing this, like this. Okay, because that's really readable. And now all right, sweet. So we've got 57 tests that are currently running, and we're happy with it. So in theory, if we go to the code coverage, we've done the create. We haven't done the delete public link yet. I think that's the next thing we've got to do in our tests. So that won't happen with the public stuff. That we'll also need to put those tests in at the login level. Yeah, we've got to make sure people are logged in. Okay, that's one thing sorry, I've just remembered. There you go, login required. I don't think I've done this on the notes. No, I haven't. So I'm just gonna paste them in pretty quickly. Like so. All right. And then in our tests, we need to determine that test redirection of non-logged in users. The post components should be redirected as, yeah, all right. All right, I'm gonna have to add them in here at a particular point. The idea is we want to hit all those decorators to make sure that users aren't accessing stuff they can't or shouldn't access. So yeah, the login check is just to make sure if someone removes it by mistake, it's flagged. I don't know how we would do that in here. Actually, no, we should be able to. We've got add notes, note list, add notes, note list. All right, we can do this. Delete notes. Args, project and one. Yep, that'll be fine. And then we'll have update note. Project one with form or data equals, and we just got object note ID is going to be 1, and the object note is going to be blank, which will be fine. Now, that's post, that's a get. So delete note doesn't belong in there. Nor does this one, update note. That's fine, they'll go there. All right, cool. They're added in. We're happy with that. So as for public views, delete public link. I'm just going to close all tabs. I need to neaten this up. All right, we're going into NearBeach. We're going into tests. We're going into test views. We've got tests public. We've got test public views. So we're going in here. We've got the create public link, which we're done. We've got the delete public link, which once again we're testing for can and can't. So what we're doing is we'll copy this. All right. Delete public link fail. So what we're going to do is delete public link. And once again, the args should be the same. We do have a form coming through, public link delete form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to neaten this up. Data equals, and we're going to quickly look up that form. Public link delete. So we've just got the public link ID. All right, cool. So we're sending through the destination location ID. Sweet. We just need a public link ID, which will be one of these. So if we actually just copy this and just paste it in like this, I do believe it's going to be flat packed. Actually, let's just paste that in. Let's just copy this. Let's go, what was it? Public link ID. Like so. And we're all done. And that should give us a 403. I'm going to copy this. I've also got to double check that's the correct ID. So no, it's not. We should have done the 3D one. Not a problem. Just copy that. Because we copied everything down here. We just need to modify this now. And this one, we just need to modify to a 200. And then this will be success. And then we're just doing our unit tests and hoping for the best. Oh, we got errors. Did I just do this in Note? All right. Test redirection of non-logged in users. Ah, all right. So it's saying no, delete, no. We should do a 1 here. And then update note should also be a 1. All right, neat. So going back to our coverage, we've got the delete public link. There's internal function, internal function, internal function, internal function, internal function, internal function, internal function. Oh God, how many times do I have to say that? Get public links, we've done. We've done that, that's fine. Get link. Or public link, sorry. No, we didn't get the get public links. That should be quick and easy to do. So I'm going to paste it after this. Get public links list fail. So what we want to do is we want to hit this get public links. And destination location, yeah, I think that should work. And we should do the same thing for down here. Like so. Now it's constantly saying I've only got 57 tests, but I feel like those tests added more. Alright, so we're happy with that. That's working perfectly fine. Public link we've got, and then update public link. So update public link has a public link update form. So we've got to test it. Alright, cool, yeah. And we don't have any permissions on it. So let's go into our code. So let's scroll down to our views. Let's go into public links view. All right. Oh, check user generic permissions. Yeah, we got that. Oh, but we don't have destination and location ID. So that's going to fail. So if we log into here and I unclick archive, yeah, that's going to fail. Because we don't have, yes. Now, in reality, what we would do is we would edit this to send through the destination and location ID. And use that. That's going to be the smartest way to do it. So public data update link. So if we click in here, the quick way is to go this dot destination, this dot location ID. Do that like that. I'm going to npm run prod. Whilst that's doing that, I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go to the URLs. And I'm going to go update public link. So public link, and what we need in here is we need destination and int location ID, like so. In our public views, and we keep it through there. Sure, we're not using those, but it could be. Yeah, we've got something in there. Okay, not how I wanted it. NearBeach, NearBeach, NearBeach. Destination. Alright. I know that there's some code which I could use. Yeah, that's what I wanted. And what I could do is I can do that. Okay, and that adds on a little bit of security. Okay. And then all I now need to do is test it. So if I refresh here, if we go to MISC, we can untick this. Something went wrong. That's using generics though. Alright, this won't work. No, it should. It should work because we're using update link project and 2. So it should check against projects. Object permission. All right, where's our object permissions? We're hitting this as an issue. So we're just going to do that, and we're going to tick on this. We're going to see what's happening. So destination project location ID 2. We don't have args. Oh, it's doing that really. Yep, all right. Sorry, I'll do that first. Update link here. And then I just got to remove it here. I've just got to restructure the URL. And then I want to do that for source. I want to double click on this. I want to remove that. I want to go update link at the end. I want to npm run prod. And then what I need to do, yeah, I think that's it. All right, cool. So we want misc. We want to untick this. Something went wrong. Hold up. Gonna do that. Let's see what's gone wrong. Why is arg 0? I got destination in this where every other single time it's always been destination's been in the args. That's really weird. Just gonna minimize everything. I'm just stopping everything. Making sure there's no builds. Alright, cool. Gonna rerun another debug. Gonna remove all breakpoints. I'm just gonna hit refresh. So essentially this is the same as this. But they're different. Alright, object permission. Public views. That's at the last stage. Yep. Minimum permissions is 2. Object permissions. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. That's the weirdest thing I've ever come across. So pretty much in last stream or the stream before, or another stream, when I was refactoring this, I couldn't get the destination in the quarks, and yet now I can for something, but for everything else it doesn't. This is... I'm scratching my head. And it's following the same patterns. So what I'm going to have to do, due to weird issue, we check the args length. So if args.count is greater than 0, equals nothing, destination equals quarks destination, else that. And I think it's lang args. There you go. That's the weirdest thing. I've never come across that before. So that's now checking that. Oh, just consistency. All right. All right, that's still working. Sweet. And that changes. All right. Save change. That is weird. Considering I'm following the same patterns as everywhere else, it should be the same. That's something I'm going to have to dive into and be like, why is it in the args and some and quarks and the others? Don't understand. But now that that is done, we just need to program in the update public link in our tests, which should be really easy. So we should just copy this. Copy. Should paste. Realize that we've used way too many lines. And just say update public link list fail. We've got our clients, we've got our login information. This will be update public link. We've got the project and so forth like that. Now we're going to split this up. Where we've got data equals, and then we've got the public link ID. And we're actually going to do something nice. We're actually gonna that's because we hadn't refreshed. We're gonna copy this, paste it in. We're gonna copy this. We're gonna paste it in. We're going to be paste that in. Paste that in. Like that. And I actually think that's a string. So like so. So that should work. What we want to do is we want to copy this. We just want to paste it here. We're going to copy this. We're going to paste it in. We're going to do that. All right. Let's hope this works. Sweet. Let's run all the tests. So, going through this code coverage, we should have hit that, should have hit that, should have hit that. So what I want to do, so we've done the note views, we've done the public views. Remove all from NearBeach static, git checkout NearBeach static, git status, git add. All right. Everything, git commit implementation of more permissions plus unit testing. So this is still part of the feature re-implementation of permissions, because we're still re-implementing quite a lot of permissions. So for example, we've just implemented permissions for the public views and so forth like that. Now what we want to do is we want to go to Circle CI. We'll just go into the application. Now this won't take too long. I think it takes a couple of minutes. And we want to test the back end. So I think setting up all the code and all that kind of stuff, that takes the longest. And then doing the code check itself, very little time. All right, now it's running the tests. All right, whilst it's running the tests, I'm just going to close my blinds as it's getting darkish. I should close the window too. Okay. Ooh, we got 71%. Okay. All right, it's uploaded its artifacts. Now, those have moved out from there, so we're just going to find them. So the notes views and the public views. Ooh, so 52%. The notes views, 62%. So let's have a look in here. So the notes view itself. Oh, did we not update the note? Okay. Let's go into our tests. Oh, wrong folder. NearBeach, tests, test views, test notes, test note. Login, test note delete fail, test note update fail, delete success, update success. Oh, isn't this hitting it? Ah. All right, we've just made a little mistake. Let's just test everything again. Otherwise, that will be good once it's 100%. With the public views, I'm pretty sure I did a create public link. Delete public link, yeah. Pretty sure I did all of those. It is doing some of this. Public link. We didn't get everything in there. You can see that if the destination is project. So we've done one for the project and so forth like that. In the future, what we might do is we might actually ramp up a name tuple to actually run through all different permutations of this, so we cover everything. So yeah, it's something pretty easy to do. As for update public link, yeah, all right. I must have done something as stupid as doing that. So let's fix that up right now. Okay, going through. So create public link, create public link. Create public link list, gets public link lists. It's not getting that. All right, so we're searching for get public links in the URLs. It is called get public links. I'm just going to copy that. So yeah, that one should be working. Okay, update public links. Update public link. That should be singular. Which is update public link. Update public link. Okay. Delete public link. Yeah, it's not hitting that. Don't know why. I mean, I guess that should fail. All right. Create public link pass. Create public link. Yep, that should pass. Create public links list success. That should be a success. Unless there's something really stupid. I think I know. Yeah, this is something absolutely stupid and I just realized it. Gotta have test out in front of all of these. You know, when I said 57, it's not changing anything like that. Yeah, that's why. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly run that here. 65 tests. There it go. Now, whether or not these pass or fail, I don't know. So we've got 2 fails. That's fine. We can fix those up very quickly. Alright, so we are creating a public link against an object we do not have access to. So public link test. Okay. Test. I tell you what, this is going to be just easy if I just copy this, do something like this, hit enter. Actually find it like this. So update test. Update public links list success. So we've got a 403 for that. which we shouldn't have if we actually log into personal, go to NearBeach, go to, let's say, project 2. We scroll down. We open up this. We have a look at our network. We click on this. We've got a 404 because we need to npm run prod. Because yeah, that should be done. Yep. All right. All right. So MISC, click. We got a 200. So, public link ID, that is correct. And that should just work. Oh, we forgot to change that to a 200. All right, running this again. One day I'll also set this up so that this will run perfectly fine within PyCharm. Because it'll be nice to have everything there visually. And then hopefully PyCharm can do some, yeah, tell me what my code percentage is. All right, so test delete public success. So we're saying this is a 200. We need to change this to a 2. All right, done. Now, the notes, update note. All right, let's have a look in here. So test note delete failed, test update failed, test note delete success, test note update success. So I'm just going to search for note. It is just update note. And it should have just the args3. Yeah, all right. And hey, Jade the developer, how are you? Unit testing. Lots of unit testing. So we got our coverage up to 71% for the back end, which I'm hoping these few changes will knock that up another percent. And then the idea is we'll probably go through a couple of these and get more unit tests done for them. So we'll probably get the Kanban column views and the Kanban level views all done. This is for the improvements of essentially the permissions and so forth like that, because I've been lax at trying to get those done, and they're pretty easy to test with unit tests and so forth like that. You've got ones that will fail, you've got ones that will pass, and kind of test both. So yeah, and the good thing is when you test ones that do pass, you can then test the code, like it'll go through that particular method and you'll be like, sweet, cool, we get to pull out all this sort of test coverage and so forth like that. and then extend upon it later down the track. So adding in different edge cases with data and so forth. So a good example of an edge case would be the public links. If you see down here, we've got a bunch of public links where we don't hit the Kanban cardboard requirement and so forth like that. So we can actually put in those as edge cases to sort of test to make sure they are working too. But yeah, at a later date. So why didn't this? I do have test up here. And it didn't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 403 here, knowing that should fail. And we're going to see if it fails. Yeah, it fails. Perfect. And it'll be like, hey, wait a minute. This is a 200. Yeah, 200 doesn't equal that. So we just key back in 200. That will work perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting us update the note. But I tell you what, status git. All right, we need to ignore the static, so it'll be git tests. So update to unit tests. I'm not too worried about having too much information in here. I am going to squash the commits eventually. All right, if I go back, that should, yep, take me here. Then I go to dashboard, yep. Once again, just took a minute 30. So I'm just gonna click on the back end. And I should have kept reading the artifacts and stuff like that, but that's fine. This won't take too long to do. So I found 65 tests, which is awesome. Alright, still going through all of that. Alright, socks. Come on. Come on. Stay still. You're now just pacing for no reason. Yes, you get force cuddles. No, not the force cuddles. Yeah, alright. Okay, uploading artifacts, all done. Let's click on artifacts. Let's find out index. Index, I can never find it on here. It's there it is. Alright, so we got... Let's... Public views got up to 70%. What about our notes views? Got up to 95%. Alright, so the only things we don't hit is this one particular line, which is fine. That's just a bad form. I'm just trying to think. In a lot of cases, we don't need to test that for that, because it's making sure... So form.valid, that's really a Django functionality. We don't need to test to make sure if it's a fail type of thing that goes out there. However, that being said, at the same time, we should be, as business logic, we should be testing that in cases where the form fails. We need to escape like there's no tomorrow. So, and that's something very easy that we can test for. And it might be one of those things which we essentially just put into the code and so forth like that. Alright, so that's 95%. We're happy with that one. This is 70%. So it looks like the get public context isn't, we don't get that. We don't get the public context Kanban board. So it's just a bunch of other things which we don't get. Get public context requirement. Alright, so yeah, it's one of these. If we actually did do this right now, we could probably bump this up quite a fair distance. We've got 72%. I'm just wondering if we could get that up to 73%, which will be nice. So yeah, it's the public views, that's 70. If we get that up to 80, maybe 90%, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon this is an easy target to get, so let's do that. Remember, we're squashing this, so that will actually be under this. So we'll a lot of this will then end up being tuples and stuff like that. So what we want to do is, first off the bat, remove our database because I think we've made some changes. We want Python 3 manage migrate. And then what we want is Python 3 manage load data. We want to load our data from our fixtures like so. And I'm just going to stop and start. We have just done a build of this before, so that should be perfectly fine. What I'm going to do as an admin, I'm going to open up all of these. And we're going to do that very quickly. So we're going to go down into, now the request for change, that doesn't have public links, does it? Possibly not. So we'll move on. So MISC, create a public link. MISC, create a public link. Anyone who can edit these, got a public link already. Got a public link for project. All right, so the Kanban board and cards, I'm gonna leave it like that. Leave it like that. Because we'll need to copy all of this information into. Okay, I'm going to close that thing. And what we want to do is we're going to create a named tuple. So I'll show you in a minute what it'll look like. So it'll look like this. In which case, we then key in all the data that we want. And the reason being is it looks a lot nicer at the end. Like that. So I'm going to put that up to the side. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close everything else we don't need at the moment because, yeah, we don't want to use stuff we don't need. No, we don't want to be on the wrong page and so forth like that. Test public links are open to the public. Sweet. And then what we're doing is we're creating a named tuple. So URL test equals named tuple. And then we've got URL test. And then we've got the field names. So it'll be URL, args, data, status code, and method. And then we've got the defaults equals nothing, empty, that 200 and get. All right. So basically this sort of thing. And then we've just got data list equals, and that will be the object. So if I set that. And then after all of this, it's pretty much exact code like that. I'm going to delete the rest of that. So what this will be, URL test. So I'm just trying to think. Shouldn't have deleted all that. Because it actually contains information I want. So public link. Oh, in fact, we won't need the URL. We'll need the args. Oh, we'll need the quags. So I'm going to try that again with args. We won't need data. We're expecting a 200 and a get. Okay. Destination, location, ID. We're going to simplify this. And then public link ID. And defaults will be did it, and did it. In fact, I'm getting rid of defaults. So data list. Be requirement information. Oh, this is where I've got to get. Let's actually type name. Let's actually call it something quags test. Like that. Quags test. All right, cool. And then we'll have requirement. We'll have a 1. And then we'll have the public link. And it'll be separated like this. To be, yeah, it'll be requirement. And then we're just going to paste that in. And we're getting rid of this. I think that should be so then we've got project. So it should be 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, quags test task. Quags test task. And then we've got Kanban card. And that will be a 1. Bugs test. And then after that, it will be a Kanban board. And that's a 1. Quags test. Kanban card. And Kanban board. All right, sweet. And this is where we just copy things in. What I'm doing is I'm just pasting it in. The real reason being is we can find and replace a lot of that extra sort of stuff we don't need. So it's just do it in bulk. All right, I'm just getting rid of these last things. Like so, and then what we'll do is we'll do a find and replace on the localhost stuff. So that's pretty easy. Click on that, we go edit, we go find, we go replace. We just go HTTP localhost 8000 public. And then we replace it all. And then I just realized, yeah, we need to get rid of this stuff. This stuff is a bit manual, but that's fine. In reality, another way of doing this is we can actually do this in Excel. So you'll just copy and paste all the URLs in there, and then this is just some data structure. You split everything up, rows into columns and so forth like that. Sorry, Jay, I didn't see you write something. 71 seems pretty damn good for a solo project. Nice work. Thank you very much. Sorry, I've just so concentrating on this. I didn't see you chat. I'm terribly sorry. So yeah, we want to get that higher for the back end. Front end at the moment, if we actually have a look, let's look at this particular thing. I think it's around the 30%. So we go artifacts. We click on index. Oops. So I don't know how to read this exactly. It's saying 37.22%, which I'll say, yeah, that's pretty good. Considering we've done very little unit testing, that's something we want to raise up pretty quickly, and I believe it can be done very quickly. The one problem with the front-end tests is there's just so many components, so I'm dreading that. Whereas with the back-end sort of stuff, I'm being rather better nowadays. With the back-end sort of stuff, I'm starting to do it properly. So, yeah. Anyway, so with data and data, with subtest data.method equals get, we don't care about that anymore. So we're going to get rid of all of that. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to response equals self.client.get. We're actually removing all of that. In fact, what we're doing is we're going to copy this. Because it's going to be 10 times easier to do it like this. So we've got the response client get, reverse public links with the quags. Then we've got destination, and this is where we use data.destination, data.location ID, and data.public link ID and so forth like that. And that's what makes this really powerful, is if we needed to add in any more, we just add it into this array up here and it's going to test. With this, we know it's going to be a 200 no matter what. And then all we need to do is just that. So from here, we need to dump data into our fixtures. And hey, Nocturnal, how are you? We are doing unit testing. Once this is all added in, we remove that one line because that's, I don't know why that appears. And then what we want to do, Python 3 manage test. And we just want to wait. Yeah, I can't complain. I cannot complain at all. I need a whole day. I've got enough leave saved up. All right, so we've done 65 tests in 9.31 seconds. So I reckon with that, we should have covered this. So we should have knocked this up. Okay, so I can close all of this now. So this should go from 70 to hopefully 95. Okay, so git status, git add, NearBeach tests, git commit, adding more public tests, git push. Sorry, my partner's just texted me. All right. Let's go to our Circle CI sort of stuff. Let's go hit the dashboard. Let's ignore that coverage report. Let's close that coverage report. This is running. So I want to open up in that and that. I should do this locally and so forth like that, but well, it won't take too long on here anyway. Also, our current 031, no permissions on admin add user. Yeah, alright, so that will be fixed rather shortly. CRUD for notes does not have any permission checking. This is now ready for retesting because we did that today. Issue UI UX 403 access. Yeah, that's a weird one. I don't know why that's not working. And object data does not have user permission checking. That is now done. Ready for retesting. So if we have a look at this, still running the tests, won't take too long. We've got three bugs. And hello, Frying Slipper. How are you? I hope you're going well. Welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. So it looks like we've got 3 bugs in here. We won't be doing the 031 release just yet because I want to actually talk to a bunch of people first and start planning the certain other things. There is one other thing which is blocking me from doing a release. If we actually go into the GitHub, so if we go into the NearBeach GitHub, you'll see under here we've got a feature request. I want to implement this. So So hopefully this will work. So yeah, otherwise, all right, loading artifacts. Artifacts. Index, where are you? Index, there you are. So we're still at 72%. All right, that's not a problem. So the notes are there. Where is the public? Public view is still at 70%, so it didn't get that one. Get public context, Kanban board. Context, Kanban, get context. Okay. In reality, it should have hit this because we had the destination as Kanban board. We didn't upload the fixtures. Oops, that is my bad. All right, let's also see if I can get this working locally again. So if we go to CircleCR config, we'll notice that we've got, all right, we've activated it. So we've got coverage run that. If we copy that, paste it in, fingers crossed, this works locally. Okay, and then it's something like coverage report, coverage HTML. And there we go, it's opened it up locally. But, this is now 93% because of it. All right, sweet. Still 73%. But that's pretty good. So we don't hit that fail. We get public context. It's an internal function. It's probably used in somewhere else, though. All right, cool. Let's oh yeah, we want to use that. Else. So we've got Kanban board card requirement project task. All right. Organization results. Organizations. All right, what else can do a public link? So we've got Kanban boards, Kanban cards, find objects, list all, RFCs. Can't. Yeah, they can't. MISC. Organizations, notes, MISC. No, you can only add a tag. Same with customers. I mean, that's all the object. There's one. Requirement item. Wait. Sorry, my brain's like firing off on random tangents. So, Quarks test requirement item to 1. We need to paste this in. We need to get rid of that. We need to get rid of that. We're going to do the same thing. Requirement item. That's probably going to be a 2. But we'll find out in a minute. This goes to requirement item 2. Alright, misc. Copy. I'm going to cheat. Alright. And what we're going to do is we're going to do that same thing. Not before we actually dump the data. And before we do anything else, we'll fix up the data. I don't know why that does that. So, yeah. Let's get that all sorted. Alright, we got 2 E's. Template does not exist. Alright. We'll also move on to the So, what I'm going to do, copy this, I'm going to paste it in and hit enter. Yep, template does not exist. So we actually found a bug through unit testing. And we've got to actually put those bugs in. Public links for requirement items do not have template. Method 1, go to log into NearBeach. To navigate to an open requirement. Navigate to an open requirement item. 3, create a public link for the item. Go to the public link. Expected results. Link to work perfectly fine. Actual results. Link fails. No template for the requirement item. Alright, so this is a major bug. Yeah, I would say major bug. I would definitely say bug. Submitted, assigned to me. This will be public links. And this will be part of the new version. So we'll create that right now. So in here, we are commenting those out. But yeah, just going here. Yeah, I don't. Get attribute, results, organization. I don't see this being used. Yeah, because we got it for the Kanban boards, we got it for everything else. If I go down here, public link, we should be hitting those. In fact, if I do the code coverage, so if I do this locally again, sorry, this will take a little while. Coverage, report, coverage, HTML, open hyperlink, public. So if I close all of this, which is no longer needed, and we zoom in, yeah, I don't see us getting this. I don't know. So we've got Kanban card, Kanban board, requirement, project, task. Requirement item will definitely hit it. But we don't get the template. So if I minimize everything, let's fix up this template thing right now, because if I do that, but then what are these other ones doing? To get that, we'll return yeah. I feel like I'm going to be creating a one just for the requirement items, and then I think this will be deleted. And then this will reach probably 98% code coverage, which will be good. So, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to close all tabs in group. I'm going to open up NearBeach. Sorry about that yawn. It snuck up on me. I'm going to open up public views. I'm also going to open up templates. So we've got public, requirement information. So I'm going to copy that. Alright, requirement item results. Alright, organization results. Alright, yeah, this is straight off. We're going to be deleting that. Alright, that. Status list, yep. Theme, light, yep. Type list, yep. In fact, requirement items, requirement item information. We're going to plop that to the sides. We're going to open this up like this. So essentially, we're just going to copy this. In fact, actually first, and then, all right. User level 1, straight off the bat. Theme, light. Type options, status options, requirement item is closed. default stakeholder, organization results. Yep, all right. So the default sort of stuff. What I want to also do for reference is I want to open up the requirement information and see what else I'm going to be putting in there. So I won't need these parent modules. At all. But I will need these like so. Okay. And then with the public views, it's going to be very similar to this. I'm going to put this over here for reference purposes. So def get public context requirement item. And it's like that. Now the results pass through. So straight off the bat, we need requirement item results equals requirement item dot objects dot get. Oh. Yeah. And this is where we also reference our views that we've already got. So we've got requirement item views. So what we can actually do we can do that. A lot of this code is, yeah, it's copy paste. We're actually going to change this. So results. Oh, is that meant to be results? Yep, results. And then it'll be requirement item ID. We don't need the template. Now, I don't know how we're getting the organization, so I'm just going to do that for the moment. I am going to close what I don't need. Okay, status options. Yep, type options. Yep, we need to pass through. Group results. Not sure. So we're just going to comment those out at the moment. All right. So group results. We don't know. Don't think we're doing that. Don't think we're doing that. That's how we're doing that. That's all perfectly fine. User level we're definitely not doing. Need tiny mouse. I think that's true. The theme we won't be using. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split right. We're going to check this with the requirement. So get requirement item. So we've got the results. So in this sort of case, we're also getting requirement item results in there. Status list and status list. All right. So we've got the requirement item results. Yep. Tick. Organization results. All right. Status options. Yeah, I think that's still got to be the same. So we've got to serialize everything. We don't have group results. No. But what we do is we have results. Results. No group results. We don't have the title. I think that's it. So let's scroll down. Elif destination equals requirement item. C equals get public context requirement item results. Oh, it doesn't return anything. And then we just return that. Then if we go up here, and hey, Wiz, Chris, or Get Out, how are you? I hope you are enjoying my content. Welcome, welcome. So we're just doing unit tests today. And we're cleaning up some code that we realized that we're never going to reach. So this, I'm just going to comment it out for the moment. And then here, we're just going to comment this out. Tiny mouse true and theme light. So I can get rid of the tiny mouse and theme from this context. So need tiny mouse and theme is perfectly fine. Yeah, I can't complain. Can't complain at all. Just, yeah. Doing unit tests. I'm French software engineer and a junior. Oh, welcome, welcome. I don't know much French, so I'm terrible at other languages. So, yeah. At the moment, you can understand what you're doing? Alright, cool. That is good to hear. So, yeah, we're just building unit tests. I'm just making sure... I am essentially getting rid of code. I'm going to redo that coverage report. And then HTML, and then open hyperlink, and that should go here. And then we're searching for the public views, and we're now 89%. We've added code that hasn't actually gone through here. So for us to put that back in, we need to quickly go back to our tests, which are somewhere, not in our templates. So NearBeach, tests, test views, test public, and we're just uncommenting these tests. Alright, yeah, sure. Give me 2 seconds. I will do that when we're doing the coverage report. So I'm working on NearBeach, which is an open source project management system. I'm just wondering if I've got the... yeah, I do have my local server still running. So the idea is you can collect organization and customers data, of course. You can create your own Kanban boards, your own projects, requirements, so gathering user requirements. The requirements are broken up into 2 levels. So you got the requirement itself and then the requirement items. So think of the requirements as a helicopter view, and the requirement items are the very specific user requirements. And we've got tasks, and when you're all done with that and you want to deploy something, you've got what's called a request for changes. So a lot of the times when you work in IT or something like that, you've got what's called a request for change. It's a document that states who's doing what when. Yeah. So yeah, so the backend's Django, which is Python based, and the front end is VueJS. So yeah, I've been working on this for a number of years now. Ooh, we've got a fail. That's perfectly fine. So public views, line 2, 118. And that little thud that you probably would have heard is Sox's tail smacking up against the microphone, 218. So this is saying in public get context, requirement item, organization result get attribute, Max, and the other cat screaming is Max. He knows where I am. Yeah, it is. It is a bit of work. And yeah, Max just... Can you guys hear him? Like, after I say, can you guys hear him, he piped up. You know, Python, HTML, CSS, but I want to learn something better for a front. Alright, cool. So, at the moment, you've got quite a number of different front-end frameworks. You've got React.js, which is, depending where you work, a lot of places will use this. So, for example, I know if you're building something for Teams, like Microsoft Teams, they use React.js, Facebook, of course, because it comes from there, and a bunch of other places. Another one will be VueJS, which is what I'm using. So, yep. You've also got Angular. Not to be confused with AngularJS. So Angular is the newer framework. AngularJS is the old one, which has been depreciated. So yeah, a bunch of places still use Angular. And then you got something like Svelte, which I don't know if I've spelt right. So yeah, we got Svelte and so forth like that. My recommendation is, if you don't know which one to use, the good thing is, because you've already know quite a bunch of different languages and so forth like that, just pick one at random, and then learn. A lot of what you'll learn is transferable knowledge into other ones. So I learned Vue.js, I've done stuff in React, I've done stuff in Angular, haven't in Svelte yet, but my sort of experience is, well, React is very different, but there are core concepts which pass over. Angular and Vue.js are quite similar, that it was literally just half an hour of me being like, all right, cool, I can get something up, and then hitting a hurdle a little further down, like 2 or 3 hours further down, and just looking up something very quickly and getting over that hurdle in a couple of minutes. So, yeah. And there's HTMX also. I haven't used HTMX yet. Mocha just sits at the top of the stairs and does that. Yeah, fair enough. Another recommendation is, if you're trying to learn something to get a job, go on to, like, Seek is Australian, use the equivalent thing for where you are, and type in junior web developer, or just web developer. It doesn't need to be, you don't need to state junior. But what you can do in here... Oh, I don't want to save that. No, I wanted to open it. No. Is you can click on it, and you can go through here what they want. So they want React and TypeScript. So TypeScript is essentially a superset language of JavaScript. It has types in it. There you go, Python, other scripting languages. So another example. Let's just do web developer. Software engineer, JavaScript and React. So I'm not going to read any further than that. They've got React in there. Junior to mid level. Jeez, that's a junior to mid. Holy hell. Okay, these guys say strong in Java. I don't see... Alright. What of front-end web developer. All right, cool. That will be a better solution. Java's usually backend. JavaScript, React, TypeScript, WordPress. WordPress is another place which uses a lot of React and so forth like that. So as you see, for me, React would be a better one to pick up. However, it depends where you are. Some other places will be completely and utterly different. So yeah, you know JavaScript, so TypeScript might be easier to learn now. Yes, definitely. So essentially, it's just dealing with types. What the fuck is that year income? So that's Australian dollars. So AUD to French euro. So that would be 60,000 euro. Where do you live? I'll move there. Yeah, so I'm in Australia. And yes, that income was a bit of a shock to me for a junior to mid. But yeah. Hey, they might be trying to pull someone in. That's why it's probably high. Or there might be a bunch of reasons why that's high. So yeah, that was pretty high for a junior to mid. So yeah, that's my recommendations when sort of learning a framework. Look it up, or either just pick one at random, because a lot of the times the knowledge is transferable. So yeah. All right, where was I? Doing this. We've got the fails again. Get attribute. Requirement item object has no attribute organizations. Oh, that is correct. And thank you very much for the follow. So yeah, welcome, welcome. I do hope you are enjoying my content. And I just realized we don't need this, because the requirement items, being a sub-object, don't have a connection to organization. So I think we don't need to pass that data through to the front end either. So I'm just going to do another coverage report. So yeah. And whilst that's running, I do have socials. All right. Ooh. Oh, I forgot to... Oh, that was silly of me. So I've got to remove it from down here. I'm just commenting this out at the moment because it's easier to come back from a comment than a delete. However, we will go through and clean up stuff. Alright, fingers crossed, no whammies, come on. Alright, so we've run all 65 tests. You have so many tests, I'm making anxiety seeing that. I hate writing tests. I hated writing tests at the start. However, nowadays, it's one of those things where... Ooh, reset the canvas. Alright, cool. So yeah, here I am. This is my personal experience. All right, I'm smiling. And then I see tests. But the thing is, I can't see what's after the tests. It's all I see is this learning curve, which is quite high. This is time, by the way. Right now, I would be... Pasted in something random then. So right now, I would be around here with the tests and so forth like that. There's a lot of knowledge I don't know with unit tests. However, I've improved quite a lot. That, yeah, I'm getting better. So what I do is, in my head, I think of the CRUD. So I've got to test the CRUD. In a lot of cases, this will be broken up to either can do or can't do. So yeah, a lot of my tests will deal with it like this. So let's, with creating a project, you got people who can create a project. So let's say team leader can. And then who can't, read only. So I'll go through like that and I deal with that. that's just dealing with the CRUD. So that's just dealing with the front end sort of request. So that's just dealing with essentially the API stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm currently sitting. There's a lot of people out there who are a lot better at this than I am. So yeah, you have so many tests, and yeah, I'm going to be getting a lot more tests. The idea being is I kind of want to get the backend code coverage up to about 80%, and the front end sort of stuff up to about 40 to 50%. Yeah, it's going to take time. Yeah, as a dev, you're going to be writing a lot of tests, and yeah, they're not the favorites, but I'm starting to like them now. Now that I'm starting to wrap my head around how they work and so forth like that. And yeah, it does save a lot of manual testing. Also, there have been times, like we quite literally just found a bug then with the requirement items not working in the public links. So a lot of the times with the tests, you throw in a couple of tests and then bang, you're like, oops, this functionality isn't working and I have not tested it. I work with a really good testing early on in my career. We used to pair up and make it more enjoyable. Oh, fair enough. 80% is decent? Yeah. Yeah, you do need a really good tester. Okay, cool. Now that passed, I'm going to go coverage HTML. I'm going to open that hyperlink. We're going to go public views is now 97%. We've hit still at 73. Damn it. So the only things that aren't working are when we've got bad forms. And like I said before, will probably be if condition 1 or 2. Oh, all right, we've got a condition there that isn't meant. These are the edge cases, and we'll enter in the edge cases a bit later. So at 97%, I am happy to call that. And then I will just, oops, actually one thing I do want to check out first is this actually working? Uncaught syntax error. All right, let's have a look. Not inspect, let's go view page source. Oh, we do probably need organization results. All right. Okay, not a problem. Remember to turn on branches. Sorry, Nocturnal. I am on a different page right now. Okay, let's uncomment that. Let's go requirement results equals get attribute, and we're going to go results and then requirement. From there, we should be able to go like that. When running coverage, at least used to be that branches weren't on by default, so would mark and if as done as you just hit one case. Give me a couple of seconds, that should reload. There we go, that's working perfectly fine now. Let's open that hyperlink again. So if I go public, I know it hasn't reached that line. Mark an if statement as covered. In that sort of case, that line hasn't been covered because we haven't got the true of that statement. And the same with that. And same with that. So, yeah, those are just the if statements. Usually they're the escape statements and stuff like that. So, at the moment, I haven't written any business logic for them. We're at 97%, so I'm kind of like, they're, you know, an outlier. Alright, let's have a look at... read the docs. Alright. This is small text. There we go. Coverage, run, branch. Okay, to measure branch coverage. Alright, let's try that. That won't take too long to do. Double checking that. Coverage, run, branch. Alright, sweet. Just doing its thing, and then we go coverage HTML, and then we just open hyperlink. It goes over here. So, alright. It's added branches in, but I want coverage. And let's see what happens with public. So public has 56 branches and 5 partials. Okay, and 0 excludes. Yeah, we're not excluding anything in here. Oh, add break. And then we've got 4 missing, so yeah. And my percentage goes up to 75. Alright, so what I'm going to do is it branches or branches? Branch. Because I can easily key that into there. That's not hard. Done. And we're up to 75%. Alright, going with the theme views. Ooh, we haven't... We should be testing these. Because if we load up a page, it should be coming in here. Oh, we'll come back to that. Okay, column views. We're not testing any of this at the moment. So we've got edit column. Yeah, we'll need a form and all that kind of stuff for that. So, yeah. Yeah, alright. I don't want to do any form stuff at the moment. I'm gonna campaign column level. Yeah, these are... So we've got the CRUD. So we've got the edit here. We'll need to pass through one where someone can't edit and one where someone can edit. And that's mainly testing these permissions up here. Alright. The one where the person can edit, actually that's going through all of this. And then we might later on have an edge case where the form doesn't work, in which case that will be testing that business logic. And that should be fine. Max, why are you meowing still? Yeah. Max. I don't know why he's meowing. The new column, yeah, all of this is all form sort of stuff. which isn't hard to do. We've been doing that tonight. So, that's not our public test views. So we'll be doing that tonight. As you see, it's not hard to actually implement something like that at all. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Document views. Okay, we also need to do document views too. So we need to upload some documents into the code. So I need them in the database and in some blob storage or something like that for when testing. Actually, no, I don't need it in blob storage. I need it in the code base itself. I can just use simple 1 pixel by 1 pixel images. Upload those, save those, and force it into code. And then, yeah. And then all I need to do, it's going to be hard to do this. It's going to be hard to do this. Oh, it's going to be one of those things where, yeah, alright. I'm just thinking out loud at the moment. So yeah, the document views, getting that up to the 90% is going to be big. So will the Kanban views, add Kanban link and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, I'm pretty much at the end of it. So I've hit the end. Let's get status, git add NearBeach views, git add NearBeach tests. We won't do static. Git add NearBeach templates. Git status. So static, all statics. Oh, we've got Circle CI and fixtures. Git add Circle CI, git add NearBeach fixtures, git status, static. Alright, cool. Git commit, adding more unit tests, git push. At the moment, I am gonna say that I am happy with this feature at the moment. I think it's working very, very well. I'm gonna probably pull it into the code and we're gonna start probably adding in more unit tests ad hocly at them. Adding more unit tests as we go along this month. Yeah, I'll probably spend more time outside of streams to add them in because yeah, they're usually not as fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish up this flow. So git flow feature finish re-implementation of permissions. Alright, remove NearBeach static. Alright, cool. So git flow feature finish re-implementation of permissions, like so. Easy done. Yep, we're happy with that. We are writing and we're quitting. Oh, you know what I did? I forgot to squash. I've totally forgot to squash. I was going to squash all those commits into one. That should be fine. I hate that little Alright. Yeah, the problem is if we just go to develop and we see our commits, the reason why I wanted to squash it is I just wanted just one. Now it's like done all of these all at once. I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted, but oh well. That's fine. Worst things have happened.